Hello there. Welcome to the Order and Chaos podcast. This is an actual play tabletop RPG podcast where we use the Star Wars Force and Destiny system. This system is a bit different from a standard D20 RPG. While many of the roleplay mechanics are similar, this game uses the narrative dice system. Instead of players rolling a numbered die and adding modifiers, they roll two groups of special symboled dice. Positive dice representing the player's abilities, and negative dice representing the difficulty and challenges of the task. The dice symbols have opposites that cancel each other out: successes and failure, advantage and threat, triumph and despair. When players roll, they combine positive and negative dice according to their character's skills and the task's difficulty. After rolling, they interpret the symbols to determine the outcome. Successes and failures cancel each other out to see if the action succeeds. Advantages and threats cancel each other out to see if there is a beneficial or harmful side effect. Triumphs and despairs add dramatic, positive or negative twists, and do not cancel each other out. With all this said, let's join the party, a group of young Padawans during the end of the Clone Wars. Using this for audio.
Yeah, I apologize in advance when I cough.
Oh, cough directly into the microphone. I want you to make me work to edit this thing.
Make it one of your character quirks.
One of your character quirks.
I spent so much time underneath the hood of a land speeder that, all the soot and diesel grease.
Yeah, you have permanent respiratory problems.
Oh, I love it.
I sound like a smoker.
Marge, the speed is not starting up.
Quick, start recording.
You want to know, but you're my
I already started. I'm getting all of this.
Perfect.
This is going in the future podcast in 15 years when I figure out how to make good podcasts. Okay. Star Wars, Order and Chaos. Episode 1, The Trials. It is a time of turmoil in the galaxy. The Clone Wars rage throughout the stars as countless billions suffer. The Jedi are stretched thin in an attempt to keep what little peace remains. With many Jedi dead or missing, the Order must speed up the training of its younglings and Padawans. More and more Jedi are pulled into active service. Both young and old are called to do their duty to the Republic. On the edge of the Mid-Rim, along the Perlimian trade route, the once peaceful world of Centauri's has gained the notice of both the Republic and the CIS. Both sides have sent envoys to the moonless world in order to win the hearts and minds of its inhabitants. All right. We are going to start this session the same way we're going to start every session, and that is by rolling our Destiny pool. So I need each of you guys to roll me a Force die that you can pull from this little beautiful infinity box right here. You can shake it, or you can just press R multiple times and let it do its thing. Okay. Ooh. Look at that. 2 dark sides? What did you get, Amayu?
1 light side.
And Mr. Stronghammer, what did you get?
1 light side.
Okay. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So here we are. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4 destiny points. I'm going to just, for sake of ease, I'm going to put them up here at the top. And I might make them a little bit bigger so everyone can remember what they are. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste these here. Okay. We didn't quite go over how these work too much last time. For those of you that don't know, Destiny points can be used anytime during the game. You as players use the light side Destiny points. To use them, you simply just hover your hand over it, hit F to flip it, and that will activate for you. You can spend a light side destiny point to change something in a scene. You can use it to upgrade any ability check that you want. If no matter what you're rolling, if you really need a little extra to get through it, you can flip a destiny point to change one of your green dice to a yellow dice. This is to represent kind of the ebb and flow of the Force throughout the galaxy. Sometimes it will assist the players and sometimes it will go against, because I, as the GM, get to use dark side points. And I will use them the same way that you use your light side points. However, the nice little trick of them, when you flip one, it then goes to the other side. So every time you use a light side point, I gain a dark side point. And every time I use a dark side point, you gain a light side point. So they're not meant to be hoarded and held in reserve for very long. If you spend your points, I will be spending points back, so you will have a fairly steady stream of them. You're not going to be able to use them on every single roll you make, but they're there to assist when you need it. Let's start off with each person introducing your character. We'll start with Amayu.
I am playing Revo. Revo, is that how we're pronouncing this?
It's your character. You tell us.
Revo Taz. She is a Kaleran and female, age 18. She is a Seeker Hunter, and her master is Shadow Vow, a lime green Twi'lek.
Awesome. All right, we'll just kind of make a U shape. We'll come down to Strong Hammer.
I am playing Merrick Vandor, who is a human male who is 18 years old. He is a sentinel of the Shadow specialization, and he is using lightsaber form Sheen.
Ooh, nice. And who is your master?
Eth Koth.
That's right. Awesome. I definitely didn't forget that. All right. And last but not least, Mr. Dragonfire.
I am playing Kenneth Rendar, also a human male who's about 19 years old. He was part of the agricultural corps because he kind of failed out of the academy for sneaking away and swoop racing in the inner city of Coruscant, and possibly slicing a few Jedi computer terminals to improve his grades. So he doesn't really have a master, and this is his kind of second chance to make it as a Jedi. He's just happy to be here.
Awesome. So now that we have your characters, we are going to start. Our opening scene is going to take place just inside of hyperspace, as your shuttle is dropping out into the northeastern section of the galaxy, right along the Prelimian trade route into the Centauri's system. This is what you're greeted with. Would any of you be in a window seat as the shuttle's coming out? Or are any of you kind of like, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed? Or are you more reserved, just kind of waiting for, just kind of waiting to get down to the planet? What's kind of your guys' mindsets right now?
So we're in the shuttle. We're not on the two Venerator
No.
ship. Okay.
The Venators went with you separately. You guys are going straight there with your shuttle, as you are escorting Senator. Sorry, I just had her name here. You are escorting Senator Eris Voss. She is. I probably shouldn't leave my big GM note file out here in the middle where everybody can see that. No peeking. She's been a Republic senator for a few years now. She's from a smaller world, not of too much note, but she was who the Republic could spare for these negotiations. The two Venator cruisers, however, have to wait on the edge of the system as per the neutrality agreement of the Centauri's system. It will take them, as you were told, a minimum of 2 hours to get in position if you come under fire or if you are attacked. So you are advised to keep an eye out in case of any underhanded ploys by the Separatists.
Okay. I would say that Kent is probably trying to get as close as he can to the cockpit. I'm assuming it's 2 clone pilots that are probably flying us there.
Yes.
He's probably spending his time up in the cockpit if he was able to get up there to watch coming out of hyperspace, because any type of ship or flying or anything like that, he's kind of gets excited about. So he's probably up there. He would have left his backpack though in whatever original seat that he was assigned or that he had kind of claimed for himself, back there in the cargo hold. Probably one of the only people on the, aside from maybe the clones, that has a backpack, because he just been carrying that around since he's been on the farm for the last 3 years.
All right. During the flight, has Kent been bothering the pilots at all? Like, does he come in every now and again just to sit and look at hyperspace passing?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so you definitely know at least one of these pilots' names. Since you have spoken them into existence, you get to name one of them. Or both of them. Congratulations.
One's Viper, the other one is Ratchet.
Viper and Ratchet. I love
Nice.
these boys already. Somebody write that down. That is now Star Wars canon, and no one can change my mind. So Viper and Ratchet. Viper, he's flying as a pilot, and Ratchet's flying as co-pilot here. And he goes, "All right, kid, we're just about to drop out of hyperspace. Make sure your seat's buckled. Tray table's up. You know the drill. All right, dropping out in 3, 2, the shuttle drops out of hyperspace. And before you see a beautiful, mostly blue sphere. Centauri's is about 85% ocean and 15% landmass that's above water level. Because of this, it is known as being very much a paradise for most species in the galaxies. Aquatic species love it for its temperate climate. Land-dwelling species enjoy its vast forests and rivers. Very much a beautiful, idyllic world. Because of this, in addition to where it sits along the Perlimian trade route, it has a population of about 1 billion souls. And that varies. It's mostly human. About 60 to 70% of the population is human. But it does have various other alien species. As the shuttle exits hyperspace, Amayu, what is... sorry. Hold on. I'm going to remember the character name. Revo. What is Revo doing?
Revo's used to traveling. I think this is just sort of old hat to her, so she's not really overexcited. If anything, she's more reserved and probably has some nerves going on, so she's not going to be super talkative. Just mentally preparing for what's coming.
That's right, because being a seeker and a hunter, you are used to being out on the fringes of space, and you spent the last several years with your master hunting down various pirates and gangs out in the Outer Rims. This diplomacy mission is not exactly your forte. However, being a Jedi, it is expected of you. And your master, not Master Voss. I'm sorry. That Master
Val.
Val. Thank you. Master Val is going to knock on your very small cabin doors, and will greet you. Well, you feel the presence of your master outside your door before she even begins to knock. Do you open it? Do you let her in? You ask for 5 more minutes of sleep. What's kind
Yeah,
of
no, I'll open it.
goes,
There's nerves. She's not sleepy. There's no downtime. It's eager, nervous energy is the vibes she's giving off right now.
I love it. And you know what? I'm going to do our first Destiny point flip here and give you guys a light side point back because I am a generous GM and I love giving you resources.
I'm a benevolent dictator.
I am a benevolent man. Don't worry about it. Master
Bob
Val.
says good vibes.
Exactly, good vibes only. Master Val is going to look at you, and her head tails, her leku, sort of twitch and quiver, which some of the players may know. Twi'leks have a secondary form of communication very similar to how humans have how we emote with hands and body language. The leku of Twi'leks give off very similar subtle messages. And Master Val goes, Padawan, you need to relax. I know this is not our normal mission parameters, but they are just important. We are going to escort the senator. We will make nice, pleasant conversation, and we are going to avoid any separatist entanglements. Is that to be understood?
Understood.
Well done.
I can manage that.
Good. Make sure you have your lightsaber handy, just in case. And
Oh yeah, she's been packed and dressed and ready to go since like dawn.
she is ready.
She's ready.
Speaking of which, does your character have any other equipment, or is she just packing her robes and her lightsaber?
She's packing her utility belt.
All right. So utility belts are very fun in this game. Basically, think of utility belt as Batman's utility belt. Basically, anytime during the session, you can flip a Destiny point and spend a number of credits or XP to say, oh, I actually have this in my utility belt. Oh, I have a grapple hook. Oh, I have a couple extra credit chips or a couple extra comm links in here that I didn't recognize. Or you can flip one and be like, oh, good thing I have a medical syringe in here. So those are fun. Those are very fun. And Mr. Stronghammer, what is Merrick doing?
I would say Merrick would have been kind of sitting in his seat, and then as soon as they exited, or as soon as he felt that they exited hyperspace, he also would have headed up to the bridge and taken a look out the main viewport and see what the pilots have on their sensors and such.
So you hear Viper and I almost called him Clink. That's
No.
Ratchet.
Ratchet.
There we go. You hear Viper and Ratchet talking. You hear Ratchet kind of going over the sensors. Go, it's all clear, Commander. Oh, I don't like the look of those shuttles. You can see the separatists coming in at 0.24 by 13. Those shuttles are pushing the limits of what is allowed in a neutral zone. You see those cannons on the wings? The swept back formation? I guarantee you those things are faster than they look. But I recommend
But
we
we're not
keep...
slow either.
True, sir, but we don't have the firepower to match more than one ship. I recommend we update the Admiral. At this point, Master Koth will come behind you. There's no need, pilot. They're obeying the rules. They may be on the edge of the limits, but they are still obeying them. We will abide by the rules as well. Are we cleared for landing? I'm putting us through to spaceport control now, General. Give us a moment. And the shuttle will begin banking in. And Master Koth will put a hand on your shoulder, Merrick. Remember what I've taught you, Padawan.
Yes, Master. I'll do my best, Master.
Pay attention to the subtlety of our enemy. They will try any trick that they can to gain the advantage here. This isn't our normal field of work either, but we will use what skills we have. Stick to the shadows, stick to your training, and hopefully we can bring some peace to this world.
I say, on approach, Kent would ask Ratchet, "Are you sure I can't take a stab at landing the ship?"
Cade, for the 12th time, you are not an officer yet. You're a Padawan, you don't outrank me, you can't give me an order, and I swear, if you ask me again, I will have the General confine you to quarters. And Viper's gonna kind of chuckle him. Lay off the kid. Look, tell you what. When we leave here and get the Senator off the ship, we'll see what we can do about getting you some flight time.
Acceptable, I guess. And I'll sit down and start monitoring whatever controls are next to my seat that are probably just like simple atmospheric or I don't know.
It's kind of like those screens on the back of like the headrest on Delta flights that you can see like the path the ship is taking. You can see some of its sensor data. You get weather
I may
reports.
unconsciously be like having my hands rest on my lap in the same kind of flight control configurations and may subtly just kind of like mime the maneuvers or the flight instrument motions that what I've been doing if Ratchet had let me take the wheel.
You know what? This actually, I think this will be our first real roll here. I want you to roll me a combined check. So you are going to roll a piloting space check. However, instead of using your agility, you are going to be using your cunning, because this is a mix of piloting planetary or piloting space and perception. You're trying to pay attention, notice the exact consoles that they use, but you're going to use your skills, your ranks that you would have in your piloting space tree, because you do have an understanding of how flight controls work.
Well, that will just be 2 ability dice.
Okay.
Because it is a career skill, but I do not have any ranks in it. I have ranks in planetary piloting.
Okay.
But we'll make it see what happens.
It's an easy difficulty. They're not, trying to hide what they're doing, but they are moving fairly fast. Yeah, I would call it a 1 purple easy difficulty check.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
1 failure, 2 advantages.
So with the failure, you kind of see what they're doing, but honestly, the bulk of their armor combined with the seats, you can't see most of the controls. So it's not that you couldn't fly the ship, but if you had to take the controls, you would have to basically take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with them, probably find like a handbook or something. Essentially, if for some reason, hint, hint, you might need to fly this shuttle later, you're going to have to make a check to be able to learn the controls fast enough. But
Perfect.
For what would you like for advantages on that?
I was just gonna say, for the advantages, even though like I'm stumbling with the kind of like miming the controls and stuff. The details of like the approach, or maybe I get a good look at whatever the sensors that are going on, and I just pick up some of the details of the flight path going in. I don't know if it's picking up, like sensors are picking up any like defensive installations of the route in, or monitoring the other separatist shuttles, just whatever. Whereas I'm stumbling on the controls, kind of miming and stuff, and like, oh no, I overcorrected there, and kind of like I'm still kind of distracted in picking up the other things outside the cockpit, or the things on the sensor board as we're going in.
Absolutely. There are two things you do pick up from the sensors. One, you pick up that that the main city you're coming upon has a massive orbital ion cannon. For those Star Wars fans out there, that's the cannon that was on Hoth in The Empire Strikes Back that disables a Star Destroyer. This is a very large ground-to-orbit ion cannon designed to disable a capital ship. It probably takes a massive amount of power, but a few shots from it would be able to disable one of your Venators or a large Separatist flagship. The other thing that you do notice is, yes, you are able to memorize the flight path you are taking in, and the conversely, a flight path you could take out if you absolutely had to.
Perfect.
For those of you in the future, this is referred to as foreshadowing. Okay. So after you breach the atmosphere, this is the main landmass that you are met with. Down here is you are picking up from the sensors. This seems to be a very large port city, and there seems to be a very large amount of power that is coming from this section. And up here in the mountains, and sort of in this little valley up here, this is where the main city of this is where the city of Centauri Central is. The pilots begin to make their approach and move in for the landing pad. Boom. Oh, it didn't populate the ship. That's fine.
We had the cloak on.
Exactly. Oh. It's probably because I think it got deleted out of my saved objects. That's okay. You guys are going to leave the stealth field up on this ship as it lands. This is really the last map that I have for now. This is more of just kind of your ship's going to land here on the main landing pad. And as you go to the rear of the shuttle, you are met with Senator Voss. She's a human woman, mid to late 40s. She has a very tight, she keeps her hair very tight in the back, almost a military style of close. She holds her hands behind her back as she meets with you on the exit ramp and goes, all right, masters and Padawans, are you ready to make the galaxy a better place? She's going to lead the procession down. As you exit, you notice that on the other side, so about over here, there is maybe 30, 40 meters away, there is another landing pad that has a very obviously separatist design ship on it. And you see descending that ramp a tall Neomoidian, which, for those that may know, the Neomoidians are the one from Episode 1 who are blockading Naboo. They are a... I don't know quite how to describe them, actually. They're almost like a frog person. If a frog person was very tall and had very big red eyes.
I just dropped one in the chat, database chat, for
Oh.
people's reference.
Oh my goodness, that's perfect. Yes.
Like a bug frog.
I will... I'll put that in post. Yes. So a very tall Neomoidian is descending, and he is flanked by two IG series Magna Guards. Those are the bodyguards of high-ranking separatist officials. They carry these long electro staves and have flowing capes. There's a pair of troopers that wait at the landing bay next to the two of you, seeing you off for standing in parade with their rifles across their chest, just being very, awesome, good-looking clones. But there's no procession to greet you. I want everybody to make a perception check, please. Difficulty of 3 purple, or a hard difficulty check.
Perception. Oh boy.
Is it a problem that I have 3 lingering die?
I have those as well. I just
Ooh.
moved them out
You can,
outside.
if you just hit the clear button on your table, that should get rid of them. And if it doesn't, you can drag while holding left click to select them all, and just hit the backspace button to delete them.
I had 1 success and 1 threat.
Okay. Also, everybody check your skills, because some of you may have pertinent skills for your that help with perception.
I do not.
I do
3
not.
difficulty die. 3.
Yes, that is a hard difficulty. Mayu, if you remember, you have a little thing that helps with perception.
Oh, that's right.
Not only does it help you, it also helps those around you.
Let me read to you guys. What happens? We have a +1 boost to perception and vigilance at short range.
Mhm.
Are we at short range or engaged? It's a +2 at engaged.
I'd say you guys are walking down the ramp. You guys are about at engaged range with each other. So everybody gets to add 2 blue boost die to this roll.
Blue boost.
Alright.
Oh, it's right here. Here you go.
Yeah. I had
Oh.
already rolled. I don't know
Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine. Just you can
We
just
can just roll
re-roll it.
the
Yeah, or yes, you can just
the
roll the
blue dice,
individual
and then we'll
ones as
just-
well.
I'll just roll the blue ones by themselves.
Okay.
Oh, it won't add it in automatically. You'll just
Yeah,
have
you
clicked
just have to-
read
you
and
just
it
have to click
changed
the read
it.
Oh,
button.
never mind. You can hit.
Yep.
That's right. There's a read button.
2 successes, 1 threat.
Okay.
4 successes, 1 threat.
Ooh. What'd you get?
0 successes. Oh, wait, no.
No, you got to roll everything.
I pressed a button. Fine. Details. User error.
Oh, right. I forgot to introduce myself. While that error is being fixed, hello, everybody. I'm user_674188928579959, and welcome to the Order and Chaos episode, podcast thing. We'll figure it out. Welcome.
0 successes, 0 advantages.
Oh my! That is a
Cancel that.
complete wash. That's
Break
beautiful.
even.
Well,
Perfectly
that's good,
balanced,
right? I
as all
guess.
things should be. Revo,
Sure does.
you, while you're descending the ramp, you are looking around. You're kind of focusing on your master, and you're reaching out with your senses. Do any of you have force sense, by the way, the power?
Not me.
No.
Okay.
No.
That is a-okay. You're kind of reaching out and trying to perceive things around you, but you are feeling still that mixture of anxiety and curiosity that you get when you come to a new planet. You're not really picking up on anything. Kenth, you had 2 successes and a threat.
Mhm.
You pick up, the very first thing you notice is there's no one else here on this landing pad. Normally, you would, well, you aren't exactly sure what is normal, being as you're from the Agra Corps, but you would assume that, someone would be out here to greet you.
Or
Or,
at least take care of the ship,
yeah,
put down the
exactly.
fuel lines, stuff like that. The normal ship maintenance stuff happens at any trading port.
Yeah, exactly. For your threat, don't worry about it. That is going to go into my little goody GM bag of threats that I'm going to be collecting. Not a problem. Don't even sweat it. Okay.
More threats for the fire.
Blood for the blood. Threats for the threat throne. Miss Padawan Merrick. 4 successes. You pick up on the same thing. There's no one here. In addition to that, you look across. There's no one greeting the Separatist arrivals either. And you can clearly see the agitated gestures and waving of the Separatist ambassador. In fact, he has crossed his arms, and you can see him just standing on the middle of the platform looking around as if waiting for something. And that threat I'm also going to bank. Don't worry about it.
Well, if the separatists are, content to just cross their arms and hang back, then I think that we should press forward and try to make a good first impression with the locals before the separatists have a chance to do anything about it.
Awesome. Real quick, if you've noticed, I've given you a color-coordinated cube for each of you. As we don't have currently any models for anything, these will serve as your tabletop representatives. Place yourself anywhere on here while I find a suitable ship.
We are on top of the ship.
The 3 of you, as well as the guards, while you are standing on this platform, you are looking around and trying to figure out what is happening. And eventually, the doors on the other side of the platform open. It probably takes about 10 minutes or so. And a very flustered and very large human man comes stumbling across the platform to you. He is flanked by 2 royal guards, is what you would assume. They're wearing very flowy and ceremonial looking robes. And he runs up and introduces himself as Governor Selarin Corin. My deepest apologies, my friends. I have been delayed. There has been some civil unrest that we've been dealing with here on our beautiful world. Nothing major, but I was unfortunately waylaid. Please, come, enter in with us, and we can begin these negotiations in earnest. And he turns without another word and begins hobbling back across. You see Master Koth and Master Val exchange some meaningful glances. Master Koth is going to lean over to you, Merrick, and say,
I'm back.
"Oh, I'm sorry." Uh-oh.
In summary, Kyle, a large guy showed up, said that he was the governor. The name is fairly similar, and then he waddled off again, and your master's about to talk to you about something.
Okay.
Master Cot's going to put his hand on your shoulder and go, Merrick, it is happening sooner than I expected. Keep an eye on the others, and stay close. Keep a watchful eye. And he is going to...
What's happening?
I'm not sure yet. We best not keep the governor waiting. Let's go, everyone. Troopers, stay on your guard. And they both snap off quick, simultaneous salutes. Yes, sir, General. The two masters began to follow with the senator.
Does the senator have any other aides with her, or is it just her by herself?
No, it was just her and the two guards.
Okay. The two clone trooper guards.
No, the two ceremonial guards with her. You have two clone troopers that are guarding your ship.
No, our senator.
No. The troopers will be staying. It is just her and you.
The Jedi.
The Jedi
Gotcha.
have been, as you notice, the Neomoidian has a few guards of his own, but it's very obviously a highly limited number of beings that are being let in. And you notice, as you begin to make your way into this very lavish palace, that another party has come out to greet the Neomoidian. As you begin to make your way through the palace, sorry, 1 second.
I definitely whisper underneath my breath, unless I misheard from previous session. But I'm like, I thought the governor was a woman. And I'm just like, whisper that to myself, like clearly out of my element.
You are correct. Oh, there we go. Hey, the things have actually kind of shown up here.
Interesting.
Well, I will just use the ship to kind of mark where you guys are, as the other maps do seem to be broken right now. Boom. You guys are over here. Oh, hey, the little animated flying ships work,
yeah,
but all the cool stuff didn't work. That's fine. Everything is going exactly as I have foreseen.
Yes, this was on purpose.
Exactly. I know what I'm doing. Why would you say otherwise? Is there, as you're being led through this opulent palace, due to sort of the passive perception of your comrade, I'll let you guys choose. How are you? What's sort of your state of mind? How do you feel about what is happening?
I have a bad feeling about it.
Yeah, I'm very uneasy. I think my hand is probably, like, it's not consciously, but I think my hand is probably sort of hovering over my lightsaber, just like
I get
trigger. Hair trigger response.
I'm following everyone else, but again, whereas all the Jedi have like their utility belts and robes and like very minimalistic, he's like carrying a backpack. And it's like a heavy looking backpack, and kind of poking out of the side top is, you actually will, to the initiated, you see that like the back hilt of the training saber kind of hanging from the top of the backpack. And on his hip where normally would be the lightsaber, he just has a blaster pistol, like in a old worn leather kind of holster, because that's what he had on the farm for, shooting any womp rats or space wolf equivalent, keeping them away from the farm animals and whatnot. So he's just trying to stay with the other Jedi and look like he sort of belongs, completely unaware that he's not necessarily blending in with their vibe and look. And he's just confused because he tried his best to pay attention to the briefing, and he could have sworn that the person we were supposed to meet, the governor, was a woman, not a very large man. And he would have said something, but noticing that no one else said anything, he's just like, what?
The plot thickens, maybe. Or it could have just been a GM mistake. I mean, who's really to say? Who knows? Okay. Merrick, how are you feeling about this? What's sort of Merrick's mindset right now?
He is like, at this point, he feels like something bad could happen at any moment, and he's kind of watching the tops of the buildings and kind of looking to see if there's any place nearby that has a good cover in case something goes down.
Yes, as you're walking through this palace, you do notice that there is, you appear to be on a second level balcony. Below you is a sort of very sprawling open floor plan with these very large columns holding up the second and third tier. The second tier you're on is a balcony, and you can see just above you there is another balcony that leads out to some viewing points that are on the corners of this building. The whole structure is sort of pyramidian, with a few flowing out points that appear to be different sort of observatories or areas where someone can open up to the ocean breeze that's coming off of the nearby ocean, or look out over the idyllic landscapes. And as you are looking at these, you realize there probably are some points where snipers could set up to shoot at anything below the palace, but the palace is at the top of this mountain. There's not really a whole lot of positions an enemy could take. I do want you, if you are looking around, I want you to make another perception check. You do get those 2 boost die, and this is only an average check. However, there is an upgrade, so it's a 1 purple and 1 red difficulty.
I'm just. You said it was like an opulent type palace, correct?
Yes.
Kind of. I'm just taking it in. I haven't been to the whole many worlds unlike the other Padawans. I'm just like Bilbo Baggins on his first adventure.
And you said 1 purple and 1 red?
Yes, 1 purple, 1 red, and you do get to add 2 blue boost die.
Okay, done. 4 successes, 2 advantages.
Okay. With 4 successes, you are sort of counting out paces as you're walking around. And one thing that you learned while being in the depths of Coruscant as a sentinel, you pick up how people operate. What you are noticing is that there are only about 7 guards in this whole building that you can see. You see 2 on the upper floor, 2 on the middle floor, and 3 on the bottom floor. 2 of the ones on the middle floor with you are escorting the governor. And he is sort of, you do see him stumbling and limping. With 2 advantages. You notice just about every one of these guards has something off with their uniform. As you're passing them, you notice one of their lapels is a bit turned up. One of their buttons is on the opposite side, or one of their medals is on the opposite side of the chest as the man next to him. And you're picking up a few of these strange details about each one of these guards that seem to be a little bit off.
I'll whisper to. I'm assuming Koth is close by to me.
Yes, he is keeping, or you are keeping stride with him.
I'll kind of whisper to him, Master, have you noticed that the guards seem to not be very professional looking for palace guards? There's something off about them.
He looks at you for a moment, and then you see his eyes kind of dart around. And at first he just says, well, not every military is as uniform as a clone army. And then you see his eyes narrow on one of the guards that's in front of you. And he starts to kind of break away from your formation and walk up to this guard. He says, you there, what is your name? And the guard, you see him visibly stiffen, and you see his head sort of tilt down as if he's looking at his own name tag. I am Sergeant Denovic, sir. May I be of assistance? No need, Sergeant. Just getting to know the security measures that are being taken into account for our senator here. And the guard replies, of course, Jedi. We will take nothing but the utmost caution to keep our respected guests and friends safe while in these perilous times, of course. And your master will nod to him. Thank you very much, Sergeant. And carry on. He is going to walk forward and rejoin with the group. And he sort of leans down and whispers to you. That man's rank insignia was on upside down. Well done, Padawan. Keep an eye on the guards. I don't know if they are who they seem to be.
I will do a curt nod.
As you continue to make your ways down, you come to a very large central spiraling staircase. It's a combination point. So in this pyramidal structure, there's the upper and middle tiers, and it is a rounded walkway in the middle, and there are 3 points that come together to form a single spiraling staircase down to the floor level. And as you begin to descend, the governor comes back up to you, this time being trailed by the Nemoidian. He goes, my apologies, Master Jedi, and of course, Senator Voss. This is Senator Moscabra of the Trade Federation, representing the Separatist Alliance. And Cabra will nod his head, say, sorry, I need to get that accent back in. Of course, Master Jedi. It is always a pleasure to meet one of the so-called galactic peacekeepers. As we've seen so far, you've done such a wonderful job with the galaxy. You can see Master Koth seems to take it in stride and replies, Of course. I mean, after all, with such upstanding citizens as those in the Trade Federation, we must be very vigilant in keeping the peace. After all, what more worthy citizen is there than Newt Gunray in protecting and keeping safe? You can see the very edges. Merrick, you would notice this. The very edges of Master Koth's eyes are squinted. You would know that about a year and a half prior was when he was captured by General Grievous and tortured by the Separatists. And he never quite got over what had happened. You see, he is more strained than his normal appearance would be. And the governor, of course, gentlemen, and of course, my ladies, now is not the time for talks. Now is the time for our honored Centaurian tradition of the feast of the guests. Please come with me. Come to our dining hall that we may treat and sup together before we engage in these nitty-gritty conversations. Please, come. And he's going to waddle his way towards a very large opened door that you can smell just the most rich combination of foods and drinks that are being readied for you. Yeah. Amayu. Or I'm sorry. Revo. I'm gonna get it.
I am both. It's fine.
I want you to make me a perception check. Only you can make this perception check. It is a difficulty of 4 purple dice.
Okay.
But I want you. Do you have any ranks in perception?
I do not.
Okay, well, that's all right. Because you are going to essentially get a free rank for this. Change one of those green to a yellow for me. And you get to add your 2 blue as well, because you are always at engaged range of yourself.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right number?
You got it. Now
Wait.
let's see.
Big money, no whammy.
Yeah. That is 3 successes and 1 threat. For 3 successes, as you are inhaling these very intricate scents, you pick up on one that you recognize from your time on on another one of your excursions with your master. You had spent about 2 weeks in this ocean world that was out on the edge of its system. Very frigid waters, and its inhabitants were a sort of combination of an insectoid species and a combination between an insectoid and a jellyfish. Essentially, they were an almost hive mind, where they could hear each other's thoughts and could exchange. But they were known for being a very industrious people. They could make many sorts of technologies, and they excelled in making starship components. Well, due to this, a few years before the start of the Clone Wars, the Trade Federation had come in contact with them and had extorted their labor for years. Well, after several years of this, those creatures had developed a neurotoxin that could be delivered through liquid and would cause the would cause the internal organs of Neomoidians to liquefy. You know this because when you and your master were there during an investigation of the death of a Neomoidian, you discovered that it was a small sect of these insectoid jellyfish that had poisoned and killed one of the leaders of their small section of the Trade Federation who were exploiting them. And you recognize that scent. It's a little different because it's coming through the air instead of water, but you were able to pick up on it immediately.
I'm gonna say something. How do I say this without making people angry? I think I'm going to speak up. I'm gonna try and be at least a little bit polite about it and go, I don't know, to whoever I think is in charge. I'm gonna say, I don't know if you're familiar with other species biology. Forgive my ignorance, but I could be wrong. But I believe that one of the ingredients in this dish, I recognize it from previous travels, and I believe it will be poisonous and fatal and toxic to the rest of my party and myself. I'm sure this wasn't intentional slight on your part, but...
Ooh, I'm gonna need you to make me... This could go one of two ways here. It sounds very much like a charm check that you're trying to make to be subtle and, not, make jabs. Or you could go the opposite, and you are using these words specifically to coerce them into confessing something. I'll let you choose. You can roll either a charm or a coercion check.
I think it'll be a coercion.
Okay. So this
Because I'm
is
not a person.
this is only a 1 red difficulty die.
Nope.
Kent's hand is like paused as he was like reaching to like pluck like one of the like hors d'oeuvres or kind of like the appetizers like that's off on the side tray. He's just like halfway and she speaks up and he's like,
Mouth open. Oh.
Yeah.
In addition, you get to add a blue boost die for that excellent dialogue. You were very intimidating and also very polite in how you were doing it. So
Yeah, I'm trying to be coy about this and not outright like, hey man, you're trying to poison me and that's not cool.
let's see this.
"We're so tasty. I mean, I've had my
Yes!
problem
Yes! Okay.
You just wanted a despair.
Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. Okay.
I started a war.
For the listeners, that is no successes, 2 advantages, and a despair. First and foremost, you say this, and the senator's or the governor's mouth is hanging open as he too has a large turkey-like leg of something halfway to his mouth. He stops and his eyes bulge, and I want you... what would you like for your 2 advantages?
I think I'm trying to read the people because I'm trying to read the people that I think would be the biggest threats, their reaction to what I say.
Okay, you notice the doors have... they were open when you walked in. Now they're shutting. There are 2 of those guards on the inside of the door. They have blaster rifles in hand. There are 2 guards on the opposite side of this rectangular room that have blaster pistols on their hips and their hands are close by. You see the hand that is holding that turkey leg begin to tremble, and the Neomoidian senator will go, "What is the meaning of this? What are you saying, Jedi? Are you accusing me of something? Are you accusing them of something? Be specific." And it's at that moment that the despair is going to kick in, and a blaster bolt is going to go through the Neomoidian's head.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody, I need you to roll me vigilance checks for initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You guys also are we engaged or at short range?
Well, you know what? Real quick, let me pull up a little something on here just to give a reference. It's up to you. If you guys kind of stuck together, kind of spread out, how do you think that you would have kind of stacked yourselves up here?
If there was a side table with like the appetizers type thing, Kent would have been over at that part, kind of like hand like about to grab something to put in his mouth when she made that accusation, and that's when he like paused and like put it back, and then would have been looking at the governor for the response. So that would probably be slightly separated from everybody else.
Okay. Hold on, I think...
He definitely feels kind of awkward, like he's the fifth wheel or seventh wheel to this outing, since he doesn't have a master and he doesn't even have a real lightsaber. And
Okay.
I mean, he's not even a Padawan. He's just
there. He's
just there.
You know, he's just trying to be
Stay out of trouble.
Exactly.
Keep his head down. Do what he's told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that entree table looked enticing.
If you would come up here to this section right here, I'm waving my hand around. There's a little table in here. This will work well enough to kind of show what's happening. Place your cubes wherever you think that your characters would be. This door back here is the door that is just closed. I really wish
that's where we came in from.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Merrick would have kind of hung back from the table, kind of following his master's instructions to like kind of keep an eye on the guards and stuff. So he would have kind of gravitated towards the like a corner of the room.
Okay.
And kind of not gone up to the table immediately.
Probably be closer to the table and probably sticking pretty close to my master's side.
Alrighty. I guess I need more cubes. The cubes I had seem to have disappeared. Okay.
I'm just going with that. There's some entree tables over here in the corner.
All right. This darker blue cube is Master Koth. That's not what I meant to do. And this lighter green cube here, we're going to is Master Val. Yeah, there can absolutely be a little side table in the corner that you're sitting at. In fact, here we go. We'll get this more to an accurate size. There we go. That's about the size of everybody as compared to what's happening.
Yeah. So I'm over at that table, or it's just like a little side table with like cheeses and crackers and, you know,
just
some shrimp,
the things.
cocktails. Yeah, the things. Just kind of standing over there in the corner.
I am not good at dropping these. Probably like that.
Here we
So that boost ability of mine also applies to vigilance checks.
Oh, it
So that's
does.
why I was asking if yeah.
Okay, yes. So you guys all get to add this is about short range. So you guys all get to add 1 blue boost to your vigilance checks.
1 blue boost.
Ready. My vigilance is 3 green. Here we go.
Is there any difficulty or challenge?
No. So when you roll for initiative, there is no difficulty. It is an unopposed check.
2 successes.
Okay.
I have all the advantage.
5 advantages, 2 success, 1 advantage, and you. I'm sorry, Revo. Revo, you always get the 2 boost die because you are at engage range from yourself. So you can just you can roll 1 more of those and just add it to what there. If you just hit the add button right there, and then you can just
add it.
Just hold your
on it,
hand over
hit
it
roll,
and hit R.
or that too.
There you go.
Boom.
Okay. So you have 3 successes and 4 advantages. Okay. And now I just need to roll for these NPCs. Okay. First one got 2 successes. The next one got 2 successes, 1 advantage, and a triumph. And then the last one got 3 successes and 1 advantage. Okay. Mayu, how many successes you had? You had 3 successes, 4 advantages?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, how do I pull up that little chat log? Okay, so Amayo, you will be going first. Oh, up here at the... I have an initiative tracker up here. So, or I'm sorry, here we go. We have a PC slot, then an NPC slot. Okay, another PC slot, and then 2 NPC slots, and a last PC slot. So the way that initiative works in this game is that instead of each individual getting a slot, you get PC and NPC slots, and anybody can take the slots in any order each round. So you guys have got 1 PC slot, then one of the NPCs will go, another PC can go, then 2 of the NPCs will go, and then it'll end with 1 PC.
And it's the Bespin Wing Guards is the NPCs.
Yes. So these 2 in the back are the 2 that have rifles. And then the 2 on
Okay.
the other side with pistols are 1 minion group.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
So it is up to you. Who would you like? Oh, you know what? I should probably roll for the 2 Jedi Masters in the room. That might change things. Okay, your master is not the most... Oh, wait. Ha. It
Your
probably
master's kinda
helps
slow.
if I add the rest of their dice. Okay. Alright, so
He's still looking at that chicken leg.
2 success, 1 advantage.
It's
Okay.
been like 2 hours since I ate. Are you sure?
Are you sure it's poison?
Okay.
I was really looking forward to it.
NPC slots that are on the right side of the board, these ones are friendly NPCs.
NPC, that's on the right side. Okay.
Boom. Okay. So
Can we flip that and just have the NPCs on the right be the bad guys and NPCs on the left be good guys?
sure, we can do that. There we go. All right, so it is going to go friendly slot, enemy slot, friendly NPC, a PC, enemy, friendly NPC, enemy, PC.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Makes so
Yep.
much sense. We got this. No problems whatsoever. Who would like to go first? A Neomoidian has just been killed in front of you.
Did we see who the blaster bolt came from?
Kyle's going first. Strong Gamer's going first.
It came from... Well, actually, no. I guess you wouldn't have seen... No, you did not see where the shot came from, unless you want to try to make a perception check, which will be... Sorry. You can make a perception check to try to see where the shot came from, but you just saw a bolt exit out the back of this man's head. I'm sorry. The bolt came from the back of the back Neimoidian's head and came out the front of his face.
Okay.
It's little details like that are very important.
And the Neimoidian was like facing towards me, my general direction.
Yes, he was on the opposite side of the table.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I will. Are the guys behind me? This like guy to my left does he like pull out his gun and like is he like pointing it at
Yes.
me or?
All of the NPCs have their guns out.
Okay.
Other than the shot that killed the Neimoidian, no one else has fired.
Okay. I will use my force move if I could attempt to pull the gun out of the hand of the guy that is standing next to me.
Do you have that upgrade?
I just have the basic power.
Okay.
So is that a no?
No. To be able to do that, you have to get. If you look down, it is one of the control upgrades that the Force user can pull objects out of a secure mountings or out of an opponent's grasp.
Okay.
Your control of Force is not quite that high yet.
Okay. Then I will instead pull my lightsaber out and attempt to cut the barrel of the gun off of the guy that's standing next to me.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. That is one of the lightsaber's ability is called Sunder, which is you can specifically attack weapons or armor of opponents. So yes,
Sweet.
It is what's called a called check. So you will add 2 setback dice to this roll, but you will also get 2 boost, and it costs you a maneuver. It's like aiming, but you're like, okay, I'm aiming for this very specific thing. So if you do damage, you won't damage the NPC, you'll just damage the weapon.
Okay. And then so I'll use my
It is a
there's a
2
three-
it is a 2 purple difficulty.
two
Almost all melee and lightsaber checks have a base of 2 purple difficulty.
Okay.
Remember, you guys do also have 3 destiny points.
Oh, what does that do again?
You can flip one to increase one of those greens to a yellow. You can flip one to change something in the scenario.
I'll do that.
Do it.
I'll do it to switch one to a yellow. So do I?
Yep, you just
I
can remove one and add a
and
yellow.
add. All right. Sweet.
I can't seem to find my other...
Oh, 1 failure, 1 advantage.
Okay. So this is happening so fast. You pull your lightsaber out and you activate it, and you go to swing for his barrel of the rifle, but as you swing, you're caught off guard a little bit, and it's not as tight or as clean of a cut as normally you would have done, and it allows the guard to take a step back. However, with that advantage, because he had to move out of the way of your attack, on his next activation, he's going to have a black setback die to whatever he's doing.
Sweet.
Also, if you all want to look at the ground combat cheat sheets right below you, it gives you ideas that you can spend advantages and triumphs on below you under result options. Those are not the only options. Those are just there to give you ideas. But you can feel free to use them if you want or not.
Okay.
Where is...
Alrighty. Nice attempt there at
Thanks.
slashing.
So
I can't
with,
tell if it's sarcasm.
Yeah.
No,
So
that's
the
the epic.
maneuvers. So you get 2 maneuvers per like your turn on the round.
So you get
Use-
1 free maneuver and 1 action. However, if
Okay.
you want, you can spend 2 strain. You can voluntarily take 2 strain to get another maneuver.
Okay. So for like that action I just did, I attacked with my action. I used a maneuver to draw my lightsaber, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. This, it's not exactly the model I was looking for, but this will make a fine toy like Jedi for now. There we go. Now we're all set up here. Oh wait. Haha. Oh, there we go. Great success. Okay, so now one of the enemy NPCs is going to go, and it's going to be the one who you just swung at. You see, he's stepped back, and you can see him trying to fiddle with the side of his blaster as he is trying to hit some sort of button on the side, and then he is going to try to take a shot at you. Do you have the reflect talent by chance?
No.
Okay, do you have any defensive talents?
No.
All right. You are all at range. You are all at short range here, so it is only a difficulty of 1 purple die for him. However, he is going to get that setback that you gave him, and he also gets 1 additional setback for reasons. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I love this.
Oh, 1 failure, 1 advantage. That setback that you gave him caused him to miss you. So
Very nice.
he steps back, and you see him fiddling with his blaster, and he just brings it down to his hip and tries to fire a shot at you, and you are easily able to pirouette away and dodge this shot. His advantage, though, is that it goes across the room and nails a door panel on the opposite side. That door panel has now closed, and both sets of doors are closed into this room now.
Are these windows?
Perfect.
Windows?
You know what? You have 2 more destiny points. Would you like them to be windows?
No, I was just asking for the purpose of the map.
For the purpose of this map right now, no, they aren't windows. But
Okay.
that is a perfect example of what a destiny point can be used for.
Good to know.
Oh, here we go. That's what I'm looking for. And boom. Here are your doors. Don't mind that this one is tilted out. It's just taken some brute force. There we go. Nailed it.
Which one? I need to look
Uh-huh.
that up.
So now it is we're going to call it as Master Koth is going to go. Master Koth is going to turn and ignite his lightsaber. He is then going to level it at the guard who fired a shot at you and say, "Everybody stand down." And he's going to attempt to intimidate the guards into complying. Fortunately for you guys, that is something he is quite good at. And he also gets to add some force dice to this. Because this is what a Jedi Master can do. So he is going to roll. He got 1 failure but 3 advantages. Now he gets to roll these bad boys right here. And oh boy, Master Koth is feeling the dark side today. You see, as he levels his saber, they start kind of lowering their blasters, and you hear the governor bellow from under the table he's crawled under. "What are you waiting for, you fools? Kill them now, or we'll never get away!" And they begin to raise their blasters back up. And this is where Master Koth's going to use the Force and you see his hand that is empty reach out towards them, and he yells with a very piercing voice, "I said stand down, guard." The guard in front of him, the one that took a shot at you, drops the blaster and drops to his knees, and you see him on his hands and knees shaking. It looks as if he has just run 10 miles. Like, he is sweating every part of his body, and he looks like he's going into shock almost. The two guards on the other side of the room have also lowered their weapons, but the other one with the blaster rifle is going to try to shoot Master Koth. Oh no, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. It is another PC's turn.
Ethan, you can go if you'd like.
Okay, so time and space. Would Kent see the first hired gun and the other pistol wielding guys dropping their weapons and kind of surrendering, but the guy closer to me like leveling his rifle at Master Koth?
Yes, you do see this. You
Okay.
do notice, I will say, he's leveling his weapon at Master Koth, but he is also shaking violently.
Okay. What I would like to do is essentially, I have the quick draw talent, for which once per round, draw a holster, weapon, or accessible item as an incidental. Kent, what I would like to do is Kent is basically going to fall down, be kind of toward the side of that table of hors d'oeuvres and other small cheeses and crackers and whatnot. But he is whipping out his pistol, flipping it to the stun, and he is pouring basically as many rounds and emptying the magazine, as it were, into that hired gun. Stun, of course.
Absolutely. So your maneuver is going to be to kind of jump down onto the ground, which actually, going prone in this game does have some benefits. Going prone grants you a boost die to shooting, because it makes it easier to aim, but it also will grant a boost die to anyone shooting at you while you're on the ground, because you're laying down, making yourself a little bit of a bigger target. In addition, if you would like, you could also take 2 strain to get another maneuver and aim to get another boost die. The difficulty is only 1 purple.
I will do that. My whole thing is that I'm basically just whipping that pistol off my hip and just emptying the entire thing into this one guard, because I've seen blaster bolts fly around. I saw 2 lifesavers get activated, a whole bunch of screaming, the Nemodian's dead. Like, oh my gosh, just just shooting everything.
Governor is shaking under the table as well. You notice he has started eating anyways. Very big man, probably a nervous eater.
Okay, so
it is a 1 purple difficulty, as you are at short range from this man.
But 2 boost.
2 boost. I will add 1 setback die, as Master Koth is kind of in that line of fire there. But
is it the guy? Is it the guy on the?
Yes, it's this one back.
This guy.
This one back here.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, don't add that setback, because you went down to the ground to be able to shoot around him. So you can remove that setback.
All right. That dice pool look great.
You got it. Let's see this.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. 2 successes and 3 advantages. What's the base damage of your pistol?
My base damage of my pistol is 5.
Okay. So when you do damage in this system, you add 1 damage for every success. Every uncancelled success that you roll. So it is actually 7 damage.
Okay.
What's the critical rating of it?
It's a critical rating of 4.
Okay, so you can't activate a crit, but you do have 3 advantages. That is 7 wounds being done to him minus his soak. You jump down and you start spraying. A few of your shots do go wide, but 3 of those stun bolts nail him. You see his
the armor he's wearing seems to absorb some of the stun rounds, but you see his teeth begin to chatter. You see blue light sort of engulf him, and he goes down to one knee, but he does still have the rifle in his hands. You do have three
Perfect.
advantages. What would you like?
I'm just reading quickly through what the three. It's this center row, correct?
I'm sorry. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can combine stuff, but yes, you can absolutely do anything from this row.
So you could split it too. Like you could use one from the first one, and then two from the second row.
Yeah. You can split them. You can combine them. You could take two of those advantages and heal those two strain you just used.
Yeah. I would actually prefer to, from all those stun bolts that, and like you said, the electricity is kind of going through his teeth and stuff. I'd like him, as he fell to his knee, to like his hands open up as he's clenching and being shocked, and the rifle drops from his grip.
Yeah, you can force
Force
someone
to drop ranged weapon it is wielding.
All right, absolutely. Yes, this man drops his rifle in a to the ground as he's convulsing more or less. Okay,
Nice.
well done.
Perfect.
It is now another NPC's turn, and it's going to be the two in the back are going to go now. Their weapons are lowered, and you see them almost like they're in a daze, and they seem very confused, and they're just going to stand there dumbly. They are not acting this round. Essentially, Master Koth has essentially stunned them, and they are unable to do anything. You do notice the one guard on the left has a stream of blood running from his nose. And there we go. Now that is Master
Us. Val.
Val. There we go. Voss and Val. I keep wanting to
I
confuse
just
those two.
did it too.
Master Val is going to go. She is going to activate her lightsaber, and she is going to use the Force to throw the table to the other side of the room and expose the governor. And she levels her blade at his throat and says, "Everybody stop moving, or the governor will lose a hand. Am I understood?" Now she's going to try to roll an intimidation. She's rolling a coercion check. Oh wait, I shouldn't be using the one that you guys can see. You don't get to see what epic dice they get to roll with here.
I'm sitting there like on the ground next to the entree table, and there's just food and silverware and tables and chairs just smashing all right next to me.
Oh,
that table just lands right next to you. Yeah.
Oh, you can. I just realized in the chat window it shows you what you roll. Okay. Well, she got a couple successes and an advantage, and she is actually with this one. With this one simple trick, you can get out of any combat scenario. Threaten the guy that's paying the people to fight you. You see the fight goes out of that last guard who still has your stun bolts going through him. Everyone is sort of standing down. Those two blue guards in the back are still very dazed and confused, but the governor is now sitting in a puddle of his own making and is just looking up with just fear in his eyes. And I didn't. They made me do it. I swear this isn't how this was supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Please, I can tell you, I can expose the truth. And his words are caught in his mouth. I want all of you to give me a perception check real quick. This is I know so many perception checks. This is a 3 purple, 1 red difficulty perception check. Now remember, Amayu, you do get your 2 boost. Everyone else gets 1.
I think that's correct. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. We'll start with Amayu. You don't have any successes, but you do have an advantage. If you would like for your advantage, you can get your lightsaber out so that when it's your turn, you don't have to spend a maneuver or anything.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay. You do have your lightsaber in your hand. Both of you do see this. Merrick, what you see is the governor's hands are up at his throat, and you see a fine red line circling his neck. And as you look closer at this strange anomaly, you see just the barest little shimmer around his throat that almost look like fingers. Now, Kent, what you see, you don't know how you didn't notice this before, but there is a 9-foot tall, shimmering humanoid man who is holding the governor by the neck. And as you notice this, your 3 threats, as well as Merrick's threat, and those threats banked from earlier, are all going to come into play.
Here, I thought he was choking on a chicken bone.
Yeah.
Whip out the
Oh, dang, that would have been so
med
much
pack that I've
better.
got.
Yeah, no,
I thought he was being poisoned. I was also gonna try
yeah.
to administer med pack.
So
I
this,
was gonna whip out my military trauma pack
there you go.
that I
This
have in my backpack.
is not an actual commando droid. It's not a Clone Wars commando droid. It's just what I'm using to represent. But there is actually, you know what? This would be a better representation. Would be the K2 series. A very tall droid. Its reflective panels deactivate, and you see it lift this easily 400-pound man as if he's nothing, and its voice activates and says, "Your usefulness has ended, Jector." And you hear this mumble as it tries to say a name, but doesn't quite complete it. Very similar to how like the Death Troopers in Rogue One have that garble when they speak. Certain words that this droid say don't come through all the way. As it closes its fingers, crushing the man's throat as if it were merely an apple, and dropping him to the floor. If you look over here to the wonderful initiative tracker, you will notice that the initiative is changing somewhat, as we have a new enemy that has entered the fray. In fact, actually, yes, these are going to stay on here as well. This central NPC right here, the second one down, is going to be this droid. Which means that now we are down to...
Amayu, I believe.
Yes, I see where... Yes. Amayu. Or, I'm sorry. Revo! I'm going to keep saying it like that until I remember it. Revo, it is your turn, and what in the force is that? I mean, as far as you're concerned, a droid just materialized out of the air and ripped a man's head off, essentially.
Well, I know the thing I want to do, but that's not necessarily the smart thing. That's okay. I'm not this. Am I this person?
What is
No,
your
I'm
intent?
Come on,
average.
barbarian
That's
rage.
fine.
She's in
I'm
Rage.
going to.
rage.
Pretty much.
Oh,
So
Into your
I
hatred.
I have done a bunch of commando missions with my master in the past. I think I'm running on muscle memory essentially, and I'm just going to move to engage with the new biggest threat that I see. I
absolutely.
think I'm going to do the stupid thing and pick a fight with the big bad.
You got a lightsaber. It's not stupid. It's just a big thing. It's a big clanker. You know,
Bunch of
you you scrapped hundreds of droids at this point. What's one more? Yeah. So
Come on, Barbarian Rage.
you can absolutely spend a maneuver to get to engaged range, and I want you to make a lightsaber check. This is going to be a 3 red difficulty lightsaber check.
Nope, that's not red. And what am I? Remind me, what am I using for?
It's the lightsaber skill.
Did you specialize in a lightsaber technique?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you just use brawn,
That's
which that's right. Kalirians start with a 3 brawn, so that's actually pretty good for you.
that's 3 green, right?
Yes. And then do you have
Okay.
any ranks in lightsaber?
No, no, because why would I do such a thing?
Oh, did you ever spend all of your XP?
I think I did.
Okay. All right.
I did put together my character sheet very rushed, so I will actually proofread this.
Not
Later?
a problem. Oh, wait, I forgot. I have your character sheet up right here.
Yes.
Right, so you took your free ranks. Looks like you bought a couple of talents. Oh, you got Natural Hunter.
Yep.
And Hunter Expert Tracker. Okay. Cool. Let's see this.
Hey, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh. Okay. So, lots of cancellations out here tonight. That is no successes, no advantages. You swing your lightsaber forward, and just like 100 times before, your lightsaber connects at the shoulder, and you intend to slice from shoulder to hip on this droid. However, unlike in the past, when your lightsaber connects, it bounces off of this droid. You have never seen anything like this before. You've never seen something that you were not able to cut with a lightsaber. And it just kind of throws you off for a second. We are back to the top of the round, though, which means we have another PC
Rage
slot.
again.
You absolutely
again.
could.
Yep. Rage again. Do it again. Get that extra boost die.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, if you would like, you could spend a maneuver to aim, which would give you a boost die. You could also take 2 strain to get another maneuver, so you could double aim.
There you go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Reckless attack.
It's going to be this one is going to be different. Oh wait, no, it hasn't gone yet. So it is still the same 3 red, but you get to add 2 blue boost die to this.
I'm adding this to
Yep. It's
what I already rolled? Okay.
exactly. As you take a second and look at your lightsaber and you look back at the spot, you angle your blade up this time to come down in a stabbing motion to try to hit the same spot, hopefully being able to penetrate it. Oh, no. You just roll the whole thing all over again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
1 failure, no advantages. You tilt your saber up and you jump in the air to get more momentum and bring it down with all of your force that you can. And again, the lightsaber deflects as if it were made of metal instead of heat, and it bounces off. And the droid turns to you and goes, I see you have never encountered
Cortosis before. It is now one of the other NPCs' turn. And that guard that dropped his gun before, the stun rounds have started to wear off, and you see fear in this man's eyes as he screams and grabs his rifle and turns to try to empty it into that droid. It is, let's see, right? It's upgraded. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
One of the enemies is now a friendly.
The enemy of my enemy. Oh, and he rolls a despair. 2 failures, an advantage, and a despair. He begins to fire, and he is backing up slowly. His advantage is that he backs into the door control here, and this door opens up. And he begins backing out of the door. The despair is, well, those Magna Guards that came with the Neimoidian, they're outside. And now that the door's open,
Great.
now that the door is opened, they see that their charge that they're supposed to protect is dead. And so they're going to just fall back on their programming, and they're going to engage. They're going to get a free action for that despair, and they are just going to, you see the one on the right, activates its electro staff and stabs it clean through the spine of this man, lifting him into the air and flipping it over the backside of the droid as it spins itself into a guarded stance. And they're just going to take the place of the other NPCs that are gone. They are going to keep that same initiative. Boom, there we go. That's nice. Welcome to Despairs, people.
Eric, those are for you.
Everything is force. Everything is proceeding exactly as I have foreseen.
Boop. Boop. It is now Master Koth's turn. Master Koth has a little bit of PTSD from Magna Guards, if anyone saw the Clone Wars. And so he's going to run in to engage with these droids. And as he runs in, he turns over his side and says, Merrick, run!
Can't leave you, Master.
I said run! And he is going to engage the Magna Guards. And I need to pull up their stats because I did a stupid, and I didn't have their book ready, even though I knew that they were going to get involved. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta go through like 5 of these rules. Okay. Never mind, I found them. All right.
I love just the yelling from a distance.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't entertain them with brilliance, you baffle them with bullshit.
No, you're doing great.
Here we go. Where?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Oh my goodness, I grabbed the wrong book. What? It's in the Rise of the Separatists. Oh. I'll have to send you guys pictures of some of these rulebooks sometimes, because the, yes, there it is, the IG-100 Magna Guard. Oh, that's such a nice stat table. Okay. So, they do have a share one, but don't they also have, wait, what? Oh, I need to read this stat sheet more often. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh right, you guys don't get to see what they roll. Master Koth is going to engage, and thankfully, Master Koth is very good with a lightsaber. And this time, he's only fighting 2 Magna Guards, not 4 and Grievous. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Sorry, I need to change some of those. Those are not supposed to be purple.
A lot of dice he was rolling there.
Okay. So you see Master Koth run in,
let's see, that would be 10, 11 minus. You see Master Koth run out, swings his lightsaber at the first guard who brings his staff up to block it, and oh my goodness, Koth, stop falling over. You're supposed to use, actually I don't remember what form he uses, but it's not Drunken Monkey. And he begins to engage the Magna Guard, and you see a fierce battle begin to happen. The guard is spinning its staff in multiple intricate patterns as, I keep calling him Keith, I think. That's not...
Eth Koth.
Eth. It's Eth Koth, not Keith.
Yes.
Doesn't help that my character's name is Kent.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, we had to make all the similar... Eth Koth. He is engaging, and he is fighting excellently. You see him mark a few hits on the Magna Guard, but the guard is, for the most part, holding its own. It is, however, another NPC slot, and that's going to be the second Magna Guard, which is going to engage him from behind. Giggity. Oh yeah, now I get to roll these. This is my favorite part right here. Don't listen to all the dice. It's not a problem. It's a solution. Wow. Okay. You see this droid coming from behind, and it goes to stab, and Koth just takes a step to the side, and you see the Magna Guard actually stab into the second one as he expertly dodges, and he is now fighting both of them. And you see he keeps moving around them and circling them so that he's only fighting one at a time as the other one has to get around to try to get behind him again. And he's just cycling them back and forth with expert parries and strikes. But you hear him say, "Merrick, I can't hold them forever." It is now a PC slot.
Ethan,
believe-
go.
no, Merrick, I believe it's your turn.
It is my turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
your masters gave you an order.
right.
Unless you want me to go. If you want me to go, I'll go. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
All right. I would like to use one of those destiny points.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to flip. Oh,
Oh,
Flip.
hold
There
on.
we go.
There we go. I'm going to flip it back. I meant to flip one earlier.
okay.
So there
I
we
want
go.
there to
We're
be
even.
actual windows now. Preferably these ones.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and for reference, I meant to do this earlier, but of course, I am being a fool today. And we are going to scale this this way. There we go.
Whatever you had, it completely disappeared on my screen. But
Wait.
that's okay.
I never saw what it was.
Wait, you don't see
Oh,
this?
there
You
it
don't see
is.
the cube? Oh,
It's
I see
massive.
shadows. Oh yeah, giant blue rectangle.
that wasn't supposed to happen.
That is a very big
This
record.
is a 2x4.
A 2x4 comes crashing through
We
the
have
ceiling.
to build the rest of the palace now.
And I say we need to build a palace wall.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to lock this in place. Essentially, from this side of the window, there is a little bit of a patio here, but this right here is the edge of the balcony that looks over the cliffs. Yeah.
Was it a sheer drop from those cliffs?
Not really. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Let me give you guys another destiny point. Yes, It is a sheer drop off into the unknown, and you guys would know. If you look over here, there's kind of like a ship over here. This is the direction to come and get to your guys' ship. Everything else over here is here. The palace continues north for better. Yeah, we'll call this side of the board north, this side south, east, west. You need to go east over here to get to your shuttle. Other than that, just consider all the halls and everything else to be here.
Okay, so destiny point for there to actually be windows, right here.
Absolutely. Gotta have some
sitting
light
on-
in your dining hall.
Yeah, sitting on the ground, seeing Master Ethkoth go and engage the Magna Guards and watching them glow in purple, hearing him yell at his Padawan to run, seeing the giant droid and the green alien chick, you know, bouncing lightsabers off of that. I'm gonna, Kentha's gonna go, oh, Criff! I'm gonna switch that blaster from stun to regular blaster bolts, and I'm gonna drill them into that window right here to break the window, and with the intent of running and jumping out of that window.
Okay, no problem. Oh, I'm sorry. I realized I mixed up the blue and the green earlier. My bad. Thank you for fixing that.
Yep.
Absolutely. Make me a no difficulty ranged light check. So no purple. Just make one. This is no matter what, you can blow out the window no easily. This is most. Wow, that was. I think I'm having a stroke. I do smell burnt toast. You can blow out that window, no problem. This is mostly to see if you get any extra advantages or anything you can use to help you in the scenario. There we go, look at that.
3 advantages.
All right, with 3 advantages, what would you like to happen? You do blow the glass out. It evaporates and what little is left shatters immediately. Do you have any ideas of what you would like for advantage?
Since I'm still kind of figuring stuff out here, I will just go for the 1+1 to range defense. As I kind of run and jump out through that window. I don't know if I can run and jump out of the window, but
Absolutely.
I'm basically shooting, blasting it, getting up and sprinting across to jump through the window.
Go for it. You dive out of this window. You do a sick ass little commando roll and come up to your feet. And when you look up and down the hall, you can hear the Magna Guard still fighting Master Koth. You see these guards in the back are starting to regain their senses and kind of figure out what's happening. And you do see from the other end of the hallway, another pair of guards is running up.
Okay.
They don't have their weapons drawn yet, but they are running down the hallway. Oh, I'm sorry. I put them on the opposite side. They're running up along the patio. From there, we have...
Just muted myself. I said I believe that's all I can do. I've shot, I've run, I've jumped. So that will be my turn.
No problem. You can say anything if you want to. You have an incidental, so if you have anything else you want to pull out of your utility belt, out of your backpack, you can, if you want to pull out like a... Well, I'll let you decide. If you have anything you want to grab, it's no problem.
You know what? If I could pull out my comlink and call I wrote their names down.
Viper
and Ratchet. I would do that.
Absolutely. You pull out your comm, and it's staticky for a second, but you are able to get through to them. You go, Kid? Sorry.
Oh, Chris,
Captain.
Viper, Ratchet, the whole thing's gone to complete hell.
Wait,
There's droids everywhere.
Kid, slow
The
down. What's
government-
droids? Troopers, get in there!
That's so
Copy that. No. We're on our way, kid. Can you make it to the shuttle?
We'll try. It's getting kind of frisky out here.
Copy that. We're warming up the engines. Troopers, get over there now! Yeah. It is another NPC. Oh, it's the middle NPC turn. You know what that means.
Oh no, where's the senator in all this? There's not a token for her.
Yeah, I was wondering that earlier.
You know, that's a really great question, and the answer is I forgot. Let me grab.
You know what would be totally epic is if I shot out the window and tackled her out with me. That would be the total epic Jedi move,
You know-
but that's a little bit of retconning right there.
You know
Don't
what's
worry,
perfect for
I'll do it.
retconning?
Uh,
Destiny points.
Sure, why not? We've got
Do
so
it.
many of them.
Go for it. You know what?
I'll even take some more strain if that makes it work out so that
Oh no, you got it. You nailed it. Here you go. I don't know why she is locked. There we go. Now she's unlocked. Boom! You have tackled the senator out. Oh, you tackled her so hard she has disappeared off
oh,
the
I'm
board.
sorry.
She has become one with the
There's a-
force.
Patreon.
There we
Senator has left the building.
go. Are you okay? So she no longer has physics apparently, and is just you tackled her so hard you broke the laws of nature.
Sorry,
where
I
are
shouldn't
her
have clicked on her.
physics? Use gravity.
She just looks like a ball to me, so
Oh, she's. Oh,
Yeah, she was a ball for me too.
well, never mind then. What about?
The
Is
best
everything on your
guard-
balls?
no. Everyone, the only people that were balls were the two rifle guards.
They're
Oh,
over here. Yeah.
okay. Is this a ball?
No,
Okay, boom, there you
I
go.
can see that.
that is clearly Kalo Nord.
That
Yeah.
is Calo Nord right there. Look at that. Look at that frown and the two blaster pistols. She does not pull out two blaster pistols. I'm sorry to say.
Can't you be helpful in this? Wait, how about she
Better, we
does
gotta
pull
get
out
you out
two
of here.
blaster pistols and we?
You want to flip? Absolutely. You tackle her out of the glass, and as you hit the ground and you roll up, you look back to as you'd expect to reach out a hand to help her up, and she is already on her feet. She has two pistols drawn and is firing them repeatedly
She's
at
a
the droid behind her.
Nice.
As she
Did you
just
flip another destiny point, Kyle?
Yeah.
don't. Oh, I've got so many
That's
things to
not that
play with
difficult.
now. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah, she is, and she's going ham. She is firing them both. In fact, actually, I'm gonna roll for her real quick to see
Let me
how she
pull up
does.
my Naboo blaster pistol sound effects here.
Oh, can you play them over this?
I don't think so, but
He did disassociate all the way through that first round.
Okay, so she failed, but she did get two advantages. So she starts firing into this droid, and you see most of the shots are bouncing off, but one of the shots ricochets off of one of its knee joints, and you see it go down to one knee for a second. As her two advantages are, you realize its joints are probably where its armor is the weakest. She has exposed that was an excellent use of a destiny point, by the way. That was not at all how I thought that was going to go. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
so she exposed the
She exposed
the joints.
The
the
joints
weakness
seem to
on the
be
foot.
less armored than the rest of it.
Sweet.
But it is its turn, and it is going to try to grapple Padawan Revo.
And it continues.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan,
I feel like I'm missing something very important here.
So-
Yeah.
The inside joke is, in any TTRPG game that Kristen and myself are a part of, her character gets grappled.
It's not a session until my character has been grappled.
Oh
And
my
almost
goodness.
Every encounter
Every encounter so far in the D&D game that I'm running, she's been grappled.
where enemies were attempting to grapple, she
Yes.
was grappled
Hmm.
successfully.
Miss Rebo,
So-
do you have any skills or anything that give you like defensive abilities?
I don't think so. If I was smart, I would. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Does not.
That is
No.
A-okay. I'm sure that is not going to be a problem in the slightest.
Oh.
Oh, what is your brawn? Your brawn's 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. It is doing an opposed strength roll. Hint, hint, it's stronger. That is 2 successes and an advantage. Congratulations, everybody. We're an official campaign. Amayu has been grappled. It reaches out, and as you bring your saber up in a guarded stance, it throws its forearm into the lightsaber and bats it aside and grabs your right or your left arm and lifts you into the air. It doesn't do any damage, but it has grappled you. Let's see, that's its action. And for its maneuver, it is going to activate its blasters. You notice that on the opposite wrist, the one that's holding the one that blocked your lightsaber, a blaster barrel pokes out of its wrist as it has to spend a maneuver to pull out its weapon. And that is now that's your master's turn. Perfect timing.
Master to the rescue.
Yes. Let's see. She has the Ataru Striker Tree, which I think will probably become very handy here. Especially so handily that I have to use my hands to pick up the goddamn book again and find the thing because it closed. Okay. How about them Red Sox? Who's playing sports ball? Sports ball. Sports ball. Sports ball. Sports ball. Am I being? Okay. A B C D E F G. There we go. Ataru Striker. She gets to use the Ataru technique, and she gets to use Saber Swarm. What did I just do? That was. Did that reset anything? Nope. Okay, we are good. Yes, she is going to move in with a maneuver to engage range. Oh, that's so good. Do we take that? Oh, right. She does not move. She is going to actually make the Hawk Bat Swoop attack. This allows her to add her force dice to her attack pool here. And you know what? This time you do get to see what someone's going to roll. This is what... this could be you, kid, in 4 to 5 or 15 sessions. Let's see. She has a 3 agility, 4 ranks, so she gets to add that. This is... Right. Do. Okay. Because Cortosis quality. But she also gets to add her 3 force dice to this. So she's going to roll. Okay. No successes. An advantage, a despair. Okay, she gets 2 light side pips, and she is going to spend those. So this, the Hawkback Swoop actually moves her to engaged range with it, because, so she, you see your master pull out one and then two lightsabers. One a very green emerald and the other a sky blue. As she flips one into a reverse grip and she runs and jumps over the top of this droid, bringing the first saber down on the arm that is holding you up, Amayu, or Revo. And she's going to attempt to stab that second lightsaber through. She spends one to do it. She spends one to get her one success. So you see she lines herself up perfectly and drops the saber right between the droid's neck plating and its servo motor. And in doing so, she rips the saber forward and decapitates the droid. However, there is also a despair there. With that despair, it gets to activate its fun little ability. As the head drops to the floor, you hear some final words from it say, capture of company equipment unacceptable. And you see a little panel in the front of the droid drops down, and you hear a boop, 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 as you see a explosive device starting to charge up. Okay, well that great job, Master. It is now.
We're all going to die.
It is now the two. It is now this minion group over here. They have regained their senses somewhat. They are trying to open the door that's been shot, and it is not opening because it got shot. And Star Wars door logic dictates that is now frozen shut until a technician can repair it. And that is now our last PC slot.
Merrick, you're up.
Me. Oh boy.
Your master is engaging the Magna Guards. You see Revo is still held in the air. A decapitated droid that is charging up. A Jedi Master standing on top of that droid with a very confused expression on her face. You just saw...
And the farm boy goes jumping out of the side window, tackling the senator,
who apparently was packing heat and decided now was the time to light it up.
She was shooting as I was tackling her through the window. Just
she is from her world is now going to be referred to as
the Matrix,
as Mexis.
All right. Would I know of any way to disable the bomb, or like if I cut it off with the lightsaber, if that would trigger it?
Do you have any ranks in mechanics? Or well, actually, I'm sorry. You don't have to have ranks in anything to make a check. You can make a mechanics check to determine if you could disable it. You could make a knowledge... Ooh, what would this be? This would be knowledge education or knowledge warfare to try to... Actually, I'd go with knowledge warfare to see if you could analyze the droid to be able to cut out the proper systems to remove the device. Removing the device will not deactivate it, but you would get it out. Or you could make a computers check to see if you could try to type in an override. So you can choose mechanics, computers, or knowledge warfare.
All right, I will do computers.
Okay. We'll call this a 2 purple difficulty, but I'm going to give you guys back another Destiny point, because again, generous DM. It is a 1 purple, 1 red difficulty.
1
Because I
purple,
want to
1
see
red.
another despair so bad. End the campaign right now.
Purple, 1 red. Okay. And then
We've already got 2 despairs on the first session. I am super hyped about this campaign.
Did I use the Destiny token to make one of my greens a yellow? Is that what I did before? Or was that something different?
I believe so. Yes, that is something you can do if you want.
I want to do that.
Okay. I'll let you do it this time for future reference. If either you spend a destiny point or I spend a destiny point, generally I don't let you spend one on the same roll. But I didn't
Gotcha.
say that before. That's just gonna be a heads up for now. You can
that's fine.
you can absolutely do it.
Okay.
Yeah, make it a nice even roll here.
Yeah.
Because if a despair rolls, it's going to explode.
Oh.
Ah, okay. And which
How'd
check
your
was
first
this?
session go? Oh, we TPK'd in the first 2.5 hours.
Computers to attempt to disable the bomb.
I'm sorry. Which check?
Computer.
Computers. Okay, so you run forward, and you. The droid seems to be frozen or deactivated. It's not moving at all. So you're able to get in, and you start looking over the device. You find you find an area to input a code, and it's a 4-digit code. And you just start 11111, 11112, 11113, and it's not working yet. With your 3 advantages, you are able to recognize. You can see the key little arms in there that are holding the device don't seem to be made of the same material as the outside of the droid, and you're able to infer that probably means it's not lightsaber resistant.
Okay.
Yeah. That was your action though, so you do still have a maneuver.
Do I get to use the 3 advantages for anything else, or is that just noticing the bomb material that was the use of the advantages?
So that was the advantage. Essentially, what I did was I gave you a flavor text for the where is it? Let's see. It is when dealing damage, ignore penalizing environments. Or negate targeted enemies' defensive bonuses. So essentially, you now have something that you can target to try to cut the bomb out.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'll tell you what. The other thing you do notice is it has a timer on it. That timer is counting down, and it is essentially going to be you have 3 rounds, or I'm sorry, you have 2 rounds before this explodes. In this game, a round is a minute instead of 6 seconds.
Okay.
So it is going to go off in 2 minutes.
Can you communicate any of that?
Yeah, I'll communicate that we got 2 minutes before the bomb goes off, and that the bomb can be cut out with a lightsaber. If there's anything I could do to try to help free Revo from the droid's arm, I would do that as well. But if not, then that'll be my turn.
That is kind of the end of your turn, but I'll say for one of those advantages, you can kick a blue boost die to her on her turn.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, speaking of which, we are back to the top of initiative order.
But I go, guys. Unless someone else wants to go.
It's up to you.
Okay. So, computers and mechanics is my specialty as, the farm boy who modified and maintained speeder trucks and whatnot. So hearing all of that go down about the ticking time bomb and whatnot, I would like to jump back through the window to go up to the droid, look at it, have the conversation with Merrick about what's going on, about all that, and then I would like to plug in my kind of computer terminal data pad that I've got and try to freeze the timer from counting down.
Absolutely. For an incidental, you can pull it out because you do have quick draw, and you are able to get up there for a maneuver, no problem. Yeah. So, do you want it to be a mechanics or a computers check?
that is the same thing for me. So it'll be computers.
All right, so
So-
this is trying to hack.
Well, if I can do computers, I don't know if we can attempt multiple of the same type of skill checks. So I can make it a mechanics check if we can't double up on the same type of ability
you
check.
absolutely can, because you actually have something that you can try to hack it with. So it makes complete sense. That is
Okay.
going to be a 2 purple difficulty computers check.
Okay. He gave Merrick gave the boost die to
Revo.
Revo for getting unstuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So here
Okay.
is the roll. We'll see what happens.
4
4
success.
successes, 1 threat.
As
Just
you
slide in, hook it up. I'm like, oh, start tapping around, tapping and looking at the thing. Tap, 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 tap. Continue. Sorry.
No, absolutely. You're tapping away on the code, and Master. I almost called her Voskin. Master Val jumps off and looks at you and goes, Padavans, we need to go. We need to go. Everybody clear out of the room.
1 second. I almost got this.
And you see her eyes widen as she looks at you, and the timer starts running down to 15, 14, 13, 12,
Almost there.
10,
Just gotta
9,
this bit of code
8,
and stupid
7,
firewall just
6,
clanker.
5.
I
and
think
it-
I almost got. We're there.
It stops
Done.
with 3 seconds left. The threat is that it only has a 3-second timer on this now. So if you want to try to take it and use it like an explosive, you're not going to be able to change the timer. It's only got a 3-second timer. It's a pretty good sized bomb. Awesome. Then you hear the boom, 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 as you look over to the side as Master Koth is flipping over another one of the Magnet Guards and laying down. There we go. And is engaging them still. And you hear him go, "Excellent work." Sorry, my Koth voice is caught in my throat. Excellent work, and he gives you a meaningful glance, Padawan Kenth. And then you see him reach out with the Force and hold one of the Magna Guards at bay as, with his lightsaber, he engages with the staff of the second one, twists it in a circle, and with a clean motion bisects both of the droids. Now,
Way to go.
well done, everybody. You have successfully completed your first combat encounter in Edge of the Empire. I am going to be right back. If you have any, speak amongst yourselves, have fun.
I am also going to step away.
Listener.
I'll stay
I'll be
here,
right back.
Kristen.
Okay.
Eh?
I said I'll stay here with you.
Okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
That was awesome.
Yes, that was.
I'm loving this narrative story, this system. This is
Yeah. This seems like it's right up your alley. It's not all mired down in mechanics nearly as much.
Yes.
It's a lot more roleplay.
yes. It allows you to do the fun things.
Here's the cinematic that I want to attempt. How do I do that?
Exactly. Well, it really just works out like if the DM knows the rules well enough that the players can just go, I want to attempt to do this. Can I do it? And it'd be like, yes, but here's the consequences, or no, but you can get this far. It's a much better storytelling
Yes.
medium, in my opinion. Way to get grappled and to rage and reckless attack. I love it.
I can bring this mentality to any campaign and any session. That's my real special skill.
Okay. Oh. Well. You. After a few moments, those other guards that were running down the hall managed to come in. They still have their blasters drawn. And they say, "Wait. Is that the droid? Is it disabled?"
Are these guards or the clone troopers?
Yes, these are the guards, but you hear the boot steps of clone troopers coming down the hall from the other direction.
Are they pointing their guns at us, or are they pointing their
They're-
blasters at the droid?
It's at the droid.
Okay. Otherwise, I was gonna say I'm definitely holding a data pad and my blaster at them too. Like, okay. Like, Mexican standoff.
Puts finger on the detonate button. I'll do it. I'm not a Padawan yet. I have no moral code.
I was hauling grain and Bantham and Neuro just 2 weeks ago. This ain't nothing.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
You feeling lucky, kid?
You feeling lucky? Huh? Oh, you know what? There we go. Oh, yeah. Boom. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
kinda-
I keep on getting like these red texts. I don't know if you can see it in the game chat.
Oh,
for,
like unable
looking
to
at
edit note card or fail to load model?
If you look in the game, yeah, it's failing to load the model object.
Are
Cloud
these
3.
just white circles?
They're just like little. They just look like little dots.
What about now?
Yeah, same thing.
What? Okay, well they're clones on my screen. Sorry.
No, it's all
I
good.
must not have
I mean,
saved.
if you hover over it, it does say clone trooper.
Yeah,
Here, what about?
Here, I'm posting in
Can
our
you see these ones?
chat what they look like.
Well, we can see them, but it's still the gaudy
I
thing.
posted in the chat what it looks like.
What about this?
Not what I wanted.
Yep, I can see that guy.
Huh. Weird. I wonder why it didn't save the other ones right. Okay, well, there we go. We get the cool animated ones then. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Ah, yeah, these ones actually have little like combat animations.
Ooh. Oh, it's Street Fighter. They've got they
Oh, it is
breathe.
Yeah.
Breathing movement.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, they come in and like, what? Put down your weapons. Put your weapons down. General, commanders, are you all right?
Everything's just peachy.
Koth will come out and everything's fine. Everything's fine, troopers. You are stand down. Stand down. Guards, would you care to explain what is happening here? Ah, well, about 2 days ago, 2 of these droids, like this one here, it came out of nowhere. Killed half the facility members, including the governor and her family. They sent us this guy. I don't even know what his name is. They told him. They said that he looked most like a governor. He was supposed to meet with some Jedi and some separatists. He was supposed to entertain them and then tell them that we were deciding to remain neutral. We weren't supposed to join in the war. They threatened all of our families. They threatened the city. I'm sorry. We didn't know what to do. Well, wait. Did you say there were two of them? Yes. Where's the other one? Oh no. He's gonna pull out a comm and he's gonna start calling silly. It's happening. It's happening. One of them's been destroyed. The other one's on the loose. Everyone, start searching your positions. Keep your eyes open. Report on if you see anything. And everyone's kind of coming back up to alert. They're starting to run around. You hear some footsteps. These guards are gonna run out. There's only a few of us left. It could be anywhere in the city. Those things. It has a thermal imploder device. It's strapped inside the chest. It's enough to level at least 2 or 3 blocks if it goes off.
What do you think the likely targets could be?
Other than the palace, we have a commercial district. There tends to be hundreds of thousands of people there during the day. We source all sorts of goods. Prison, maybe. We don't know what they want. We don't know who sent them. I need to call my family. I need to tell them to get out of the city. Do what you need to. Do what you need to. And the guards are all going to run off in separate directions. The trooper's going to come. Sir, we the shuttle is prepped. We're ready to evacuate. Master Val.
Sorry, with the information we got from the guards, and I'm still hooked up to this droid. Could I attempt to see if I can extract any information from its like previous programming or whatnot? Like if it's got like comm logs or anything
Absolutely.
within its memory banks, since I'm still hooked up to it.
Yeah, make another computers check. It's
Coder
going to be
slicing.
It's going to be the same difficulty as last time, but this time you get to add a blue boost die because you've already cracked into the system.
Okay, so it's gonna be pretty much the same roll. 3 successes.
With 3
Zero
successes, you are able to pull up 3 separate logs. One log is dated error, and if you try to activate it, you get essentially bits and pieces of a hollow message. This has very obviously been its scrubbing routines have been deleting this file, but with a success, you realize, given enough time, you could probably piece that back together. The second entry.
I'll save it to my data pad.
The second entry is dated just a few hours ago, and is it's a binary link between this droid, which has a designation of Unit 1, and it is a transmission to Unit 2. And essentially the binary just translates to Republic and Separatist forces have arrived, executing Phase 3. Then the third message is a return from Unit 2 to Unit 1. It says, message acknowledged, proceeding to block 22139er. And that's the end of the transmission.
What was that last code?
22139er.
Okay. And the first log, was there a date for that?
No,
I think I missed that.
it's just a triple error message.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a hologram message that
Okay.
pops up, except The body is very distorted. It looks like
Yeah.
bits and pieces of the code are missing. There's chunks missing. You get like every third letter that comes out. It's
Yeah. I would like to
Q-
save those
6.
logs to my data pad, and I will try to see if I can repair that hollow log and put it back together at another time.
Absolutely. You would estimate it's probably going to take you, hours, maybe even days. You didn't roll any advantages, so you don't get any like benefit of that. But it is something you do have.
Okay.
The block code in the end, as you look at it, you realize that they are. It's a block number for a section in the financial district.
That's where the second droid is going.
The massive iron cannon isn't in the financial district, is it?
No. The ion cannon is situated basically on. It's kind of on the outskirts of the city.
Okay.
It's close enough that it could provide direct cover if there was a ship that was right above the city trying to bombard it. But it also is kind of up on a mountain. Think of where you would like position one of those massive observatories in like Hawaii. Very high altitude, but close enough that it can still, get supplies and stuff from the city and provide cover.
Gotcha. Well, I was definitely thinking that that's where the droid would go to explode.
Yeah, I had the same thought.
But
we at least know that the second one's in the financial district.
When I figure out what that block code is, I will definitely share that information with Master Val, since she's kind of standing over me at the moment as I'm kind of kneeling in front of this giant droid.
Copy. As you're doing it, you hear Master Koth giving orders to troopers of, no, we're not leaving. Round up as many civilians as you can. Send them to the outskirts of the city. Send them to other continents if they're able to get transport. And contact the Vigilance and the Defender. Get them both here immediately. We will need their support. That's the two Venators. I just realized I never gave them a name. If anyone wants to write that, is the Vigilance and the Defender. Call me that, General. Right away. The troopers are... Master Koth is going to go with the troopers, and he's going to turn Merrick. Stay with the other Padawans and with Master Val. You're hers as long as she needs you.
Yes, Master.
And the three are going to head back out to where the landing pad is.
Vigilance and Defender. They're on a 2-hour recall.
Thank you for listening to the Star Wars Order and Chaos podcast. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Like if you did, and subscribe for further episodes. And, as always, have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, or night. Goodbye, you beautiful people. Star Wars Force and Destiny is a product of Fantasy Flight Games, a subsidiary of Asmodee North America Incorporated. The game is based on the Star Wars universe, which is a registered trademark and the intellectual property of Lucasfilm Limited LLC, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company. All rights related to the Star Wars franchise and its adaptations are fully owned and controlled by Lucasfilm and Disney. Our use of said IP is for entertainment purposes only and is not affiliated with or endorsed by Fantasy Flight Games, Lucasfilm, Disney, or any of their affiliates.